You're f***ing beginner. You are f***ing. You are f***ing. You bloody. You bloody. You bloody. You bloody. You bloody.
Thankful for the free food, I prepare a frying pan for an omelette and crack the egg onto it only to find a child inside, and the only thing that's better than food is child labour. Omelette managed to acquire the 60% chance of a special attack drop with Moon Blast, and avoids getting poisoned, which just barely let him live a sludge bomb, as a way of showing the world that Serene Grace is all skill.
I'm fucking done! Fuck you!
Now I know what you're thinking. Lanky Kong, yes I know he is on the sex offender registry. He says his name is N, and not only is that a name that sounds like it's going to lead into something extremely racist, imagine being named just a single letter. Could you imagine being born and the doctor says, "Oh, he's beautiful, what are you going to name him?" and the parent's response is H. Right, it's an endangered species, kill it.
2 seconds later.
They have child-proofed the Nintendo Switch 2, but I have a solution. I'm gonna embrace my British heritage. I have a knife. My quadruple weakness to currents of more than 2.5 volts baits in Big Bird earlier than anticipated. Breloom comes next in Barry's team. Now, if you've taken a single look at my box, you'll notice that Dwayne isn't the only rock ground type that I have, and that means that he is, say it with me, disposable. We hear an explosion before Barry tells us to look at the news, doesn't matter what channel, we turn it on, and oh my god, they've hit the third lake.
Today we've had a national tragedy.
And so, with a heavy heart, I command Kellogg's to fire off a single air slash before falling at the hands of Roserade. He actually does pretty well until Pawny Hut shows up, but this thing shouldn't be a threat so long as we don't trigger its Defiant ability. Charon, you fucking moron. Play dress up. This is stupid as fuck. Who the fuck would want to play oh my god, I can give him a bow. And Wiggler. I hope Wiggler returns. He'd be quite cool. And also the Wiggler from Sunshine. Just like as a skin, maybe, I think. And the Wiggler from Mario 64. He'd be quite cool. I like him. He's got a pretty cool nose. Look at his nose. That's quite cool. Bit innovative, I think. We also have Mecha Wiggler. I actually don't like this one, so we won't have him. So how about instead, I've thought of a compromise. We have Metal Wiggler. He's my OC. Please don't steal him. I think he'd be pretty cool. I took a lot of time to make him. I think he'd be a pretty cool addition. Pretty innovative, I think, maybe. And Theodore Roosevelt. The fight is completely one-sided, and after realizing that it's doing about 3 damage per hit, Proky just gives up and leaves, which results in our victory.
I can't stand Agron. I can't stand him! I hate him!
I, the tactical genius that I am, decide to ignore all of this and launch an air slash which relies purely on the outcome where I get the 60% chance to flinch. Okay, so far so good. Now after that I just need to land another one which is a 5% chance of missing. To anybody who doubted me, this is you. Mammoth Wine comes in next, and so I send in Shivless on an icicle crash and he lives thanks to Focus Sash. Now I just have to pray that Leaf Blade gets a high roll or a crit, once again putting my life in the hands of RNG.
We're getting close. See if this look familiar to you guys?
Oh yeah.
Take the steps. Buck, watch our back.
I got you.
Oh! Dad!
We could use some help over here at the red shed. All right, we're on our way.
Listen. Right there. Hear it? Oh! Moving right straight out ahead.
We're hearing stuff all around us.
Oh! What the hell was that?
Cool.
Stay ready, guys. Stay ready.
Watch your back, Willie. Watch your back, dude.
Go ahead, surrounded. Oh, there it is.
Buy me time, guys. Buy me time. I don't know how much more time we can buy you, buddy.
Wait a second. What is this? Yeah. I got something!
Oh, right down there. What's that? Right over there, too.
Guys, we got something behind us! Go!
However, if I had to describe everything that I've done up to this point, I'd call it a fucking warm-up, because here on out, trainers become stacked, odds go against your favour, the world hates you, and Pokemon die left and right. This ain't your fucking grandma's Pokemon game. This is pure, unadulterated bullshit, and it begins in like 5 minutes. Calm down. This point of the game is modified to where you have to fight Cheryl before you can travel with her, so of course I'm very quick to get past her and move on.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Meine Arbeit für Richtiges. Ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin.
I didn't know he spoke Spanish. I argue that apple pie is the most reasonable option because I mean, look at him. He's at full HP, he's neutral to both attacks, he doesn't take Sandstorm Chip. What could possibly go wrong? But all that goes to shit when considering I have to fight Jupiter, a shitty child lost in a maze-like area, who I also have to guide through the cave, a rival fight with Dawn which is barely standard, you know, and an Elite Four member, and What cruel god decided that I, with 2 gym badges, should have to fight a fucking Elite Four member in the equivalent of selecting a toddler to fight a fucking A10 Warhog? I'm gonna make him wet. Balls.
Go!
Whilst Kadabra tries and fails to ally switch. Your teammates are right there, you dumbass. Move 2 feet to the left, you lazy twat. We reach a bystander blocking the gym who informs us that the tremors are coming from the Temple of Reggie, former CEO of Nintendo America, who has been sealed here for centuries. Next we have a fire extinguisher. You could like spray people with it. It'd be kind of like that one, the blooper. And you could also hit people with it, so kind of like a melee weapon. Like the Tanuki leaf from Mario Kart 7. I like Mario Kart 7. Next we have a bottle of Jack Daniels. Kind of like the mushroom, just makes you drive better. Yeah. That'd be quite cool, I think. Maybe pretty innovative. I think that'd be a great addition. And then we haven't really had many new stage hazards, kind of, if that's what you want to call them, so I think they could add napalm. But a sword stance tells me that his next move is sure to deal massive damage. If the Sizzle lands an Iron Head flinch, then my run is effectively over. The question is, what will Sizzle do? Well, surely the following Drapion will strategically plan out his attack so that it's sure to cripple my whole team regardless of what I do.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Incredible, hold on. Stop with the HDMI cable. I don't need that anymore. This is an advanced piece of technology, but I think I can make it work. Surely with my technological genius, I can get the Switch 2 to function. Guys, the toaster that they provided does not work. Do not buy the Switch 2.
No, it is not true. I have no relations with their Professor Epstein, nor is my name anyway to be found in his pal pad. It was all a wicked scheme, orchestrated by the Sark Party. They're the ones who are really on the pal pad. They're crooks, and that's why they lost the election and why the Throw Party won. As for why I'm here, as you know, I am the best Pokemon trader, the greatest in all the region. No, really, I'm the best, and that's why I am the champion. And as you probably know, there's a wicked team roaming around the country. Team Plasma, they call themselves Team Plasma, and they want to revive the legendary dragon Pokemon, and as President of the United States, it is my sworn duty to make sure that they are deported.
But I'm impatient as fuck and immediately encounter a Lilligant from Special Grass. We lower its HP with Bite.
Was that the bite of 87?
Because if we do, she's going to sell us into human trafficking to make ends meet. Do you think we can convince the professor that this is a rare variant of Lilligant which is supposed to have its frontal lobe missing? But she shows up, kicks my ass, takes my money and leaves. Man, today just sucks. I got exiled, I'm going broke from healthcare, and now the last of my money has been stolen from me. But in life, there are low points and high points, and I believe that those high points are right around the corner. Well, at least he's living up to his name now. This is followed by Gyarados, who is also boosted by the rain, and because Gen 4 is a piece of shit, my Storm Drain Gastrodon is forced to switch out into Satan, who I assume can live a non-critical hit bounce. Oh my god. So as it turns out, the Gyarados is morbidly obese and completely flattened Satan with a critical hit. I head out to Mount Coronet with the confidence that I need to stand up against what might be my most dangerous challenge yet, but through perseverance I am able to forget my fear and I march onwards with determination in my eyes. I ended up climbing the wrong side of the mountain and got lost for like an hour. So next we have number 5, the M4 motorway. That's another track that I want. As Pineapple, who has now turned into a Lombre, takes the battlefield, he makes it painfully clear that he will be taking no prisoners. And as he tears through Roxy without so much as flinching at their attacks, the rest of the team leaves it to him to solo the rest of the fight for as long as he can. We then make our way over to the gym. I will pay you $20 to be my friend. So what do you do for a living? I'm the king of Team Plasma. Would you rather have sex with a Ferrothorn or a Slugma? What the fuck? And finally I make it to Route 16, where the saviour of my run presents itself as... As much as I want to say that Smoochum can defeat the major threats that Gardenia has on her team, that simply isn't true. I'm pretty much nowhere near ready to challenge the gym, so I go out to stock up on items, but I'm poor and only have a limited fund, so I have two options. I can either work hard and build up funds in a respectable manner, all while paying taxes as I should, or... Oh, damn it, it's barely off. Oh. I'm winning big! Oh fuck, it's shiny! Oh! I'm draining the economy. Well... Man, I bet these guys are trying to preach about some environmental or well-being concern. No, we're here to rule the world. Oh. Well, surely they have some sort of good motive for this. And we're gonna commit mass genocide and kill anybody who stands in our way. Oh shit. They're actually a group I can get behind. And we're going to make it so that the only people left alive are gingers. This organisation needs to be stopped at all costs. We then enter this very small and insignificant Team Plasma base. That's like half of Team Plasma's leaders. We are trying to use this building for money laundering. Where the fuck does that music come from? We make our way back to the gym. What is that music that keeps getting like, oh fuck. We are here to retrieve our comrades. Really? And just how are you going to convince me to let them go? Does the title of Grand Dragonite of the Kling Clan clan sound familiar to you? Clay, what the fuck? Can I join? See, Snorlax here has this little known move called Curse, which raises his attack and defense, meaning, hypothetically, if Barry was to spam this move alongside Slackoff, I wouldn't be able to do a damn thing. On an unrelated note, holy shit, I'm gonna fucking die. Snorlax's Earthquakes are now strong enough to where they're penetrating my iron defenses, and I could very well die as anything else on my team that is immune to Earthquake is threatened by even stronger body slams. On the verge of losing the entire run, I think of possible options and come to a single conclusion. I'm gonna look this Make-A-Wish kid dead in the eyes as I switch between Golden and Omelette for a solid 20 minutes, as Snorlax loses all of its HP and struggles to death. He even outright states that I'm superior to him, and I'm fairly sure this means that I am now the leader of the secret police. Looker has entrusted me with these emergency powers amongst this ever-growing threat to the region, and believes that I am responsible enough to give them up once the crisis has been averted. Oh, how he couldn't be more wrong. Number 6, we have New York. Not this New York. I don't like this New York. This one's... I don't like it. I think it should be more accurate to actual New York. So just like trash everywhere. And just like a constant smell of tobacco. That could be quite cool, quite innovative. I think that would be a good addition to the game. But, you know, it'd still get quite stale after a while. I think that just being in a city, it's not quite cool. So I thought... I don't know, maybe something like this, but like the New York sewers, where you could have like, I don't know, like rats as enemies. I think that'd be pretty cool. But you know, that raises the question, how would you get into the sewers? Because, you know, a manhole, that's not really going to fit everybody, so I thought of something. You could go through the 9/11 memorial. With that over with, only Elon stands in my way, and me and Barry are more than prepared to gang up on him and finish Tesla for good. Wait, no, Barry, come back. Finally, Pillar Swine is lost, and after realizing that his trainer is shit, he proceeds to...
You know the piano test where I go to the right, to the left?
Yeah.
I'll do the same thing, and you see the frame rate.
Okay, go for it. Oh my Jesus! He begins recounting his experience of wrestling with a 10-year-old girl, before realizing that I might be an undercover fed as he flees from the scene back to his gym. My plan now is to lure him into a Pokemon battle, which I hope to win so as to weaken him before a swarm of kick streamers break down the doors to his gym in order to beat the shit out of him. Finally, we reach the deepest and darkest pit of hell, where Elon awaits us for our final battle. But I've prepared for this moment for the longest time. I know how this man fights, and his team is just a slightly stronger version of what I've seen before, so let's just get this over with. Scraggy is next, and I vaguely recall saying something about acknowledging the changes this ROM hack made, but who cares, let's just use Arm Throw. Togekiss is next, so I decide to send in my own Togekiss, but that's when Cynthia's Togekiss reveals a dark truth. This battle now has much more at stake, as this Togekiss is revealed to be the father of my own Togekiss, which I received as an egg from Cynthia all the way back in Eterna City. Omelette is determined to convert his father back from the Empire in a fearsome duel against him, all as part of an act orchestrated by none other than Emperor Palpitoad. Fuck, I'm reading the wrong script. Dialga and the other. Yes, Dialga, the legendary Pokemon of time, very famous for its immense power, and the other one. Both of them, their names are Bianca and Sharon by the way, call bullshit because I got the coolest starter, so they decide to fight me for it in a series of 2 battles, which pushes my capabilities as a Pokemon trainer to my absolute limit. I'm doing it! The battle against Den begins with Hisninkator against Fodder. In this battle, Fodder is going to demonstrate his strength and prove himself to be a valuable member of the team. Fodder is immediately replaced by Swash, who makes quick work of En's team and another test of how many times can you press the A button per second. This is the pinnacle of gaming. Thankfully, it's a similar situation to Berg, where Clay is the only boss fight of this part of the game, and as you can see here, the claim that I just made was not fact-checked. And finally, we have number 10. New battle mode arenas. I think that the ones we have now are fine, so I don't think they need too many. But maybe we could have Tiananmen Square. On an unrelated note, I think we should add back the Dry Bomber. I mean, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna summon Satan? Oh, the music's gone. Oh, and they are panicking. Oh shit, they've actually summoned Satan. Uh-oh. Interesting. I appear to be about to die. Elon Musk, you might want to get the fuck out of there. You've they are gone. They don't want to help you. In most parts of the world, this would be a traditional Pokemon battle. You know, basic rules, one Pokemon against another, whoever defeats all the other person's Pokemon wins. But it seems that culture in the Unova region is far different, as instead of a normal fight, we're forced to participate in what I can only describe as a gang war. Now I know that this video has been leading up to some big final showdown against the gym leader, but DK2 recently learned Flame Burst, so... You guys remember that episode of the anime where Ash burnt down Erika's grass-type gym? Yeah, history is doomed to repeat itself, I guess.
No, don't do it!
After this encounter, I give Barry the tower map and accept a stranger's gift of a watch, which in hindsight is probably spyware. And it's here where she gives me the C-Gear, an amazing device that you can use to access the internet, contact your friends, enter the dream world that nobody uses, and this is just more spyware, isn't it? In preparation for this, I start looking for a new teammate. Oh. Well. That's, a bit, unprecedented. I'm just gonna put it out its misery. It's diseased, that's why it's a different colour. Okay, route 2-2, what's my encounter? Is it too late to re-roll? Do I have to... fuck it. Here we go, Giratina 2. And we begin thinking about what course of action Tesla might take next. So they've hit the first lake, and then they hit the second lake. So that means that they're going to hit the third lake, but Barry's going to the third lake, so... Oh shit, they're going to fucking murder Barry. We go up the path that leads to the lake, but it's blocked off by rock climb. On the top of the hill, blocking our path, we see Barry, who has no idea what's waiting for him. I try to yell at him, but it's too late. Fantina sends in Dusclops, so I'm forced to kill it before light screen is lifted, but after weighing my options, I discover that Fantina is just really stupid and can't understand that 2 of her Pokemon could be walled by a fucking Rattata.
You don't have what it takes to kill me.
We then make our way across the bridge. But the city's huge, and they could have travelled to a different region by now. We can possibly hope to find them.
Oh, shit!
So this bitch just robbed Bianca in broad daylight, successfully escapes, and then comes back for seconds. These twats are trying to grind robberies against children like it's a fucking raid boss with rare drop chances. After seeing me and the homies stationed here, she carefully assesses the situation and decides that she doesn't want the jumping of a lifetime, so she fucks off. Because we acquire motor neuron disease every time the evil team needs to escape, we lose track of them, and in a city this large, there's no telling where they're hiding. In front of the fucking gym, are you serious? After putting it to sleep, I bring in Jeff, who sets up a swords dance, before obliterating the entirety of Flint's team. Ninetales, dead. Charizard, deleted. Magmortar, disintegrated. Arcanine, reduced to atoms. Magcargo, he actually lived the rock climb because of Focus Sash. Before dying to confusion and is now also dead, and with that, we win the fight with no effort at all. Except for where I almost died to a Lopunny, which outsped me, but we don't talk about that. I finally find myself staring down Reggie alongside Candace and Maylene, and we stop him by handing him a Herman Miller Aeron task chair so that he may continue to rest for another 100 years due to the chair's life-extending capabilities. The elves from before guide me through hell and show me that the only way to traverse this satanic landscape is through completing some strength puzzle with the goal of shoving rocks into holes. You know, I can sleep well at night knowing that some of the worst people in history have died, gone to hell and been subjected to shitty HM puzzles for the rest of eternity. So I'm forced to switch out into former US President Barack Obama. Obama can set up a light screen before launching energy balls, all while leftovers keep him healthy, and Wolverine simply cannot overcome the security of Obama's presidency, and so she dies to a series of energy ball drone strikes. Now here's where I'm convinced that Elon just hates Magnezone because he had absolutely no reason to send him in here. Now I feel bad because I killed this thing, sent it to hell, went to hell, and then killed it again. See, Lucian always leads with a Pokemon that sets up screens, so I decide that if he's going to have defenses set up for 8 turns, then I'm going to spend those 8 turns setting up 6 Calm Minds with Mrs. Popo. Espeon, Farigiraf, Gallade, none of them stood a chance against this menace to society. And look at that, he sent in fucking Medicham to fight me. What's he gonna do? Use Choice Scarf and I jump kick to one-shot me? That's a stupid I am willing to admit that errors have been made. We're able to get a kill on the next turn, however, as Snivy takes the field, where I aim to repeat what happened in the last fight, but Snivy somehow survives a flame burst, and now there's no telling what he'll do to decimate DK2.
Alright, so 3, 2, 1, and scammer gets scammed, buddy. That's what you get. You're not getting.
Eventually they're defeated and we are granted access to the temple, where I'm stopped in my path by one of the most difficult bosses of them all. A puzzle from a 2006 DS game designed to be solved by 10-year-olds. There he is. That's my kid on stage. With this very noble and willing sacrifice out the way,
I want to live! I want to live!
causing artillery to come in, which is a huge problem for my camera up as he's a Genshin Impact fan, which means he's deathly allergic to water. I prepared for this incidentally by training up Stewie, who I planned on using to sweep the water-type gym later on due to his Storm Drain ability, and because Camerupt is a fire ground type, artillery will be baited into using Octazooka, and so I send in Stewie to absorb it. Huh? Wait, what? Wait, excuse me? Octazooka, what the fuck happened? My ability? Huh? I fucking swear I have Storm Drain. Oh. This is Gen 4 Storm Drain. And so I easily finish off the fight against Clay with the Kyogre that I found from Shaken Grass on Route 6. It's actually shiny too, with perfect IVs and Pokemon. And also after this my parents begin to love me again. Those bastards took all my gambling earnings. What? They stole my fucking credit card info, excuse me. They told me my Nigerian uncle died. I clicked a phishing link, garbles. Wait, I never told you my name. All appeared to be going well at first. Until it wasn't. Magmortar was on the team for like 10 minutes and his first debut has him dying to Brigadium, so I'm fairly sure this is just natural selection as opposed to fault on my part. Barry sends in Empoleon as his final Pokemon, effectively establishing our victory as it resists all of Broccoli's attacks. Jupiter, however, declares her confidence that the battle isn't over yet and that her final Pokemon will be sure to finish us. She sends in Sableye and we very quickly win a couple turns later. Nonetheless, I still get a new encounter here, so I walk in and holy fucking shit, prepare to fucking die, Cynthia, I'm gonna use your own weapon against you. His name is Jeff, and I love him. Man, Broccoli must be pissed that her trainer didn't teach her a single coverage option against steel types. Raichu is next, and it's probably Elisa's only ground type counter because of Grass Knot, except all of my ground types have a secondary type that resists Grass, so get fucked, you rechargeable rat. Should have learnt Surf. With the battle over, Saturn, who is contractually obligated to tell me exactly where I should go if I'm hoping to stop Tesla, tells me to head to the top of Mount Coronet before running away, never to be seen again for the rest of the game, leaving me alone with the League player from Part 2. Have you watched Arcane? And at number 9... Oh wait, no, this is the wrong, honorable mention. Toad Circuit 2. So after last episode, I had to get a new controller because the A button on my current one eroded after excessive use. Out of the many options regarding how to progress, the only one that calls out to me is to dodge the crit and start gambling for Omniboosts with Ancient Power. I ended up receiving no Omniboost and risked Apple Pie's life for nothing. I would absolutely still do this again though if given the chance. Now before you ask, I don't know why I need to fight this woman and her comically large burp, because I never tried to progress normally. I just assumed that the game would have some stupid ass reason as to why I can't leave until I fight her. Her team may be scary, but I have 2 advantages over her. The first is that I'm a genius and have accounted for everything that she could possibly throw at me. Second, this here is the recommended level cap for this fight alone. This here is the actual level cap. Do you see where I'm going with this? I should have heavily restricted my abilities here. After Apple Pie decides that his nap time is over after like 3 turns, Crobat has already set up 4 double teams, but Camerupt has no concept of what the number 4 even means, so he just ignores the accuracy and lands a yawn. And Garchomp goes for Sword Stance like a fucking moron, establishing our victory. Shrek is able to come in and resist the following Stone Edge as Garchomp falls to sleep. I misclick a Waterfall which isn't as strong as Earthquake, but thankfully an Earthquake on the following turn is enough to KO Garchomp. We were so close to the end, and with one misclick, Shrek is robbed of victory through being unable to secure a kill before being obliterated by Earthquake. And with that, our run ends because of Garchomp. And by Garchomp I mean this Garchomp. Our Choice Scarf allows us to outspeed this pseudo-legendary menace and end the run with Dragon Claw. At long last, we've finally beaten Pokemon Renegade Platinum, and the only members of my team remaining are Pokemon that are also found on Cynthia's team, so I guess Cynthia still sort of wins.